You know, the human brain is so interesting sometimes. I fail to understand how it can be so smart, yet so dumb at the same time. Okay, let's start this. I won't be using stills because, well, to be honest, I don't want to. Let's take a look at this video. Oh, and I can already tell I'm going to get mad. And I'll try not to. And honestly, I really will try. I want you to take a guess how long that stays. I'll give you a hint. It's not very long. You say as you put music in the background. And yes, I muted the music because I think it's copyrighted. Sorry, it just sounds copyrighted. Seriously though, you really do say as you put music in the background. Disclaimer, that was a joke. I mean, why make a comment when I can make a commentary? And yes, I am making jokes so that my sanity does not fade into nothingness. Okay, why did you make this? Why don't you know how to provide evidence to your claim? Why did you keep this in mind? This person does not know how copying is. And they stretch and stretch their claims. I'm not kidding. Those don't even look similar in the slightest bit. What? It's because they have triangular crystal-like wings. Fucking Royal High has the same thing. I would show a picture of it, but then again, I can't. I don't have Roblox on my phone, and well, it's really blurry if I take a picture solely from. Anyway, and even then, the studio that made the anime doesn't own the singular item. It owns a character, but not the item. And since you want to be so stupid about it, I'm going to go by point of why it is stupid that you think these even are similar. And guess what? Newsflash, dude. Newsflash. People can draw similar things. Just because it is similar does not mean it's copied. So, let's go by point why it's stupid that you think that these are similar. First off, she doesn't have the same skin color. She has an actual tail. She doesn't have the same eyes, doesn't have the same clothes, doesn't have the same accessories. The point is that they don't own the wings. They don't. It would be stupid to copyright fucking wings. Okay? Anyway, and before you guys say, well, this is just one instance. This isn't the first instance they do this. They do this repeatedly when they say one item is the company owns it when they clearly don't. And artists, if you guys think that you own one item, you're stupid. You don't own one item. You own the character, but not the item. Alright? And oh boy, I'm already mad, and we haven't even gotten into the pedophile stuff that Luni supposedly has done. oh my god, you're doing it again. These don't even look similar. And just because she's a vampire and she has similar wings does not mean that she's copying the character. And this is from fucking Gacha Studio. No one even touches that game. And once again, I'm going to go point by point why it's stupid that you think it's copied. They don't have the same hair, don't have the same clothes, don't have the same skin color, and no, they don't have a spear thing. Just by the image she's showing, it doesn't show a weapon. And that's a scythe, you idiot! It's a scythe! Once again, this isn't even similar to it. The hair isn't the same, the clothes aren't the same, the accessories aren't the same. And heck, even the stuff around it isn't the same. Stop using stuff that is barely similar and saying that Lungi is copying! Oh my god, you're doing it again! These don't even look similar! They don't even have the same hair, not the same clothes, or anything. What, because she has a syringe at the back of her? At the back, and the girl in the next picture has a syringe? And they have a malicious face? That doesn't even look similar! Stop saying Lungi is copying things and losing lackluster evidence like this! Stop it! This is just sad at this point. I mean, like, they clearly don't look the same. Either someone is blind, or has sight problems, or they are purposely doing this in order to be malicious when they clearly know they don't even look the same. Not the same skin color, not the same clothes, definitely not the same hair. I mean, really, man. So, fun fact, I actually checked on this character to see who this character is because, well, you know, seemed familiar to me. I was looking at it for a while, and, this is entertaining to say the least. Very. Oh, would you look at that? This is a YouTuber. So, you know what this means? This means this is someone else's OC. And even if there was, they again do not even look similar whatsoever. So, I've actually gotten a few more videos with the whole entire pedo allegations in quotation marks. So, yeah, let's mosey over to that video and get back to this one in a little bit. Discovering the fact that you had to legit go to Gacha Studio to find those because none of those poses do not exist in Gacha Life or Gacha Club. Let's actually have a little bit of a fun fact here. So, you guys know it was about 2018 when Gacha Studio came out. Oh, well, it's around that time. 2017, 2018-ish. I know that. So, want to know a fun fact? Guess what sort of dance was popular around that time? If you guess it was whipping nene, you're wrong. It was actually a thrusting, and Naruto's exists, and it wasn't his intention to have heat or anything. So, yeah. And those poses don't exist anymore. Gachaverse does have that, still have that pose. However, I will like to say, if you see someone making sexual content, just report it. Because guess what? Uploading a random update on a game that you have not touched, that is a failed project, is stupid. Very stupid. Let's go on to the next point. Common misconception by people. Actually, pole dancing in itself is not sexual. The stripping part is sexual. It doesn't have to be a stripper pole. It could be a dancing pole. Because pole dancing is a sport in itself, as along with stripping. Um, Also, the second thing, people can make questionable decisions and not be a pedo. Seriously, I really hate it when people will take one simple action and automatically call you a racist, or one simple action and call you a sexist. Like, it makes zero sense to me. Discarding the fact that that literally isn't incestuous, there isn't any sexual activity implied towards him. She just says that, hey, only my sister can pet me. I wonder if he would. I wonder if he's that type of person to say that if someone were to say, "Hey, only my friends would hug me," would they be implied towards me being sexual? And yeah, the ears are kind of sensitive for animals, but it isn't exactly heat. And okay, let's move on to the next point. Also, love the poisoning of the whale you're doing there, mate. Actually, around January 2020, Lungi updated the game to remove all heat features, all inappropriate and suggestive features in the game, including that supposed lingerie. And just because it looks like lingerie doesn't mean it necessarily is lingerie. I really hate it when people say, hey, I'm going to assume intent. You can't assume intent. You really can't. And these are just the pedo allegations. And this video is around 1 minute. This is clearly not this is no effort towards it at all. Oh, you want proof that that doesn't exist in the game? Alright then, here's a screenshot. So either you maliciously cut content, or you didn't care enough to see if he had updated the game or not. And I'm going for you cut content. Like, again. And let's not even get to the fact that this person, oh my god, don't even get me to the copying allegations he put up. Oh god, that's a whole nother bullshit on bullshit level shit. And discovering the fact that Lilith isn't a child, like, at all, she's like hundreds and hundreds of years old. How big someone's boob is kind of subjective. And you only see, like, you don't see the full body of the picture. So, you could be cutting a part of her boobs up, and we wouldn't know it. Because, in my opinion, they don't look big at all. And how is someone's boobs being sexualized? Because, shouldn't... I don't know, but let's get on to the next point. Okay, the thing I do have to say about this is, yes, the succubus thing is kind of questionable. Here's my stance on it. As long as he doesn't do anything sexual with it, it should be fine. Because, although this is anecdotal, I will admit that, I've seen people use, not in Gacha, use succubus, not as like a way of sexual, but, you know, as a way to like sort of feed on like platonic love, you know, or just feed on like love that isn't entirely sexual. That could be what he'd be doing, but at that point, like, would it really be like a succubus? But that's my stance on it. And another thing, dude, I can barely see what that other screenshot besides it says. I can barely see what it says. Now, it could just be the how YouTube works, but that is, I don't, it's very hard for me to see it. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the next point. And oh boy, the next point really, really got me saying that this is bullshit on bullshit. I'll say it once, and I'll say it again. The company owns the character, not the one item. This isn't even the words of the allegations. You can't copyright clothes. You can say that a certain brand of clothes is yours, but clothes in itself are not copyrighted. Let's give Gucci an example, or any sort of clothes brand. The brand themselves is theirs, but you cannot copyright clothes. On to the next catastrophe. You can't copyright clothes. That's the point. Did you just say that you can copyright hair? Hair. Think about this logically for a second. For 1 second. Discarding your confirmation bias, which I know you're biased, otherwise you wouldn't have said all this stupid stuff. You just effectively said that because certain artists draw hair in a similar vein, that means the hair is copied. Do you realize how stupid of a point that is? Or are you just effectively dumb? Are you stupid? Hair is not copyrightable. It's hair. Hair can be stylized in any way, shape, or form. Alright. In conclusion, this video was not made well at all. The points were stupid. This person didn't even know what copyright was. Cut out context, whether intentionally or non-intentionally. The context was still cut. And the so-called copyright things that he has done isn't even copyrighted. It's even stupid, like clothes or hair. Alright, on back to the other video. Oh my god. Oh boy, now here comes the really stupid parts that made me want to barf up my lunch. Anyway, so yes. Let's start off with how stupid this point is. Fun fact about Donald Ruffin that not many people know. Originally, the blood was supposed to be the regular blood, but decided to make it pink in favor of it being, already being for a mature audience. So, here's another thing I would say about this. First off, no, blood can be any color. You can't copyright the blood color because I can guarantee you there's an animal out there who has the same blood color. More like an insect, so since they're monstrous. On to the next point. Oh boy, here we go with the things that you can copy clothes. By the way, that character, just because it has white hair, sure doesn't mean it's the same. Anyway, let's go on to the point that, clothes aren't copyrightable. Again with my last point. Oh boy, now we get into the Disney owns everything mindset that I see a lot of people having. First off, Alice in Wonderland, it's a public property. Anyone can make any sort of variation of Alice in. You won't get copyrighted by Disney because Disney itself does not own Alice in Wonderland. They own the original story that they made, but they do not own Alice in Wonderland. Now then, let's go for the next point. Literally, the only three things that are similar is that he's a furry, he has a bow, and his name is Robin. Learn to use your eyes. Peter Pan, I am positive that this is free reign because of the amount of years. That's how the law works. But yeah, Peter Pan is pretty much free reign. like anything because of how long it's been around. It's freely, like, anyone can shape and make their own stories. You're not going to get copyrighted by Disney if you do that. Like, you will get copyrighted if you use Mickey Mouse or anything like that, despite them, kind of being allowed. Okay, anyway, on to the next point. Never mind the fact that I just completely just not look at Ursula, like, at all. Um, you know, because Ursula, last time I checked, was somewhat overweight. That character wasn't. I'm not saying there's anything bad with being overweight. I'm not saying that. Ursula is an octopus. That's practically a mermaid shark something. And they have a natural colored skin. So what? A lot of creatures nowadays in Gacha movies have a natural colored skin. It's a thing. And once again, the character does not look the same at all. Anyway, Ursula is a sea witch, so while they do own the character, they don't own the concept of the sea witch thing from Ariel. Anyway, on to the next point. I swear, if I see another one of these people using a present that barely looks the same of a character, I am going to lose it, skip over it, and show an example of a character that they could have used but didn't. Anyway, on to the next thing. Oh yeah. Just because they're a mermaid and they happen to have reddish hair does not mean they're the same. That is not Ariel, okay? Okay. Now then, let's go on to the next point. They don't look similar. That is all I have to say. Now, I'm going to have to wrap up this video. Mainly because it's getting really long and stuff. And I'm just going to make a part 2 to this. Alright then, bye.